Before I continue with the video, I want to make it known that I'm going to have a much longer video coming out in a few days. I watched Bullet Train today and Prey back to back. And this is usually how I'm going to be doing my movie reviews when they're new releases. They're going to be quick, choppy, and fast. We'll start off with Bullet Train. The cast is easily the best part. They're amazing. Brad Pitt, Brian Tyree Henry, Aaron Taylor Johnson. The music is great. I'm not just talking about the soundtrack. The score is amazing. The cinematography is so beautiful. Even though you don't get much outside shots of Japan, you usually just see the lights outside the subway. It's beautiful. Everything, the colors, the outfits, everything pops. The action is so great. David Leitch definitely knows how to direct action. He co-directed the first John Wick film. He directed Deadpool 2 and Hobbs and Shaw. The tone is great. I was very shocked to see how well David Leitch handled this because I always felt like David Leitch could handle action more than anything else. However, the tone is perfect. Also, the comedy. The comedy is so funny. This is like MCU comedy, but done better. I'm not going to spoil any of these films, however, Lemons. When you see it, or if you've seen it, you know what I mean. The character of Lemons is my favorite character. He was played by Brian Tyler Henry. I don't have much time to describe every single character, however, I loved almost every single one of them. Brad Pitt was charming, was funny. I like to say he was a more peaceful, friendly John Wick, just maybe not as well skilled. There was so many callbacks to certain things that would happen in the beginning of the film or earlier in that scene. Now, getting into the negatives, I did have a couple problems with the pacing. The film is a little bit over 2 hours long, and I felt like 10 minutes of it could have been cut off. My second biggest problem is the script. This script is great, however, it's also very flawed at the same time. There was a lot of callbacks and some of them were really great. However, there would be times where something was set up in the beginning and then when it's brought up back at the end, they would show a flashback or the character would explain it all over again. And I'm sitting there thinking, you didn't need to do that. I get it. I know. There's also a lot of exposition. There's a lot of backstory. I hated that. It was too much. Like I said, I felt like only 10 minutes cut out. This film would have flowed a lot better. However, for the most part, this film is a great time. Bullet Train gets an A-. Prey. Prey was a film that I was so excited for. I heard about it a year before it came out, considering the director, Dan Trachtenberg, had made 10 Cloverfield Lane, which was a great film. Also hearing that it was going to be a prequel to the first Predator film and taking place 300 years ago. And then hearing that our protagonist of this film was going to be a Comanche tribe. It's a genius idea, and I don't know how we didn't think of it earlier. The action is absolutely badass. It's brutal. There's so many creative kills in here. And the performances are great as well. And the lead actress, Amber Midthunder, was amazing. She was badass, and there was a great character arc in there, which I didn't expect to see. There's also a side character which I didn't expect to like very much, but I ended up rooting for him. Honestly, I can only think of two negative things about this film, and I would say the first 20 minutes of the film had some pacing issues. I do think it was a little bit slow. Once I got past it, the film was flowing perfectly. And my other problem is, I didn't like the fact that they were all speaking English. I wish they went through with the original idea of the whole film being in Comanche, because it just would have made more sense for the film. But that's all I really have to say about the negatives. This film was great, and it gets an A-. I also want to make it clear that just because both of these films got the same grade doesn't mean I like them the same. Don't misinterpret my grades. I do have also a original grade chart that I made. I did have a little bit more fun with Bullet Train, but with Prey, I thought it was directed better. The shot choices, the suspense, it just had less problems than Bullet Train. Bullet Train and Prey both land on hot Megan Fox. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you like this style of movie reviewing. I know it's not the most original, but I gotta review movies like this quick considering their new releases. One last reminder that I am going to be releasing a longer video in the next couple days, so thank you guys, like and subscribe.